And here we are, back again. Userone Talks, going live. Boom. That light is terrible. Let me just turn it up. Hold on. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Userone Talks. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been able to find a judge yet. If you don't know, Userone Talks is a show that I do every week. Well, try to do every week. I haven't done it last week because I couldn't find a judge. I haven't found a judge yet. I tried, but not yet. So if you are interested in being a judge, then you can join the Roleplay Union and help us with the debate. You can debate yourself. You can join the debate if you qualify, if you have been a part of a roleplay community that is considered to be hardcore, which means it needs an application to join. And you do that by going to the link in the description, which has the Discord link. You join the Discord, then you'll see the page that says how to get verified. I'll show it to you right now on stream. Let me just do one thing. Let me just quickly make sure that the everything is good. Okay, here we go. So let me just quickly show what you need to look at. Okay, why not? So there you go. This is what you'll see. You need to prove that you had access to any hardcore community. You can be even banned from the community right now, but as long as you had it in the past, you can join. And also you can't join with the same character name multiple times, but there you go. You go to request verification, and we'll verify you. And then you'll be able to go down here to waiting for interview, and I'll pull you in, and we'll have a debate about a certain topic. Now, the topic I brought up last time was the whole point of the community, the reason the community exists in the first place, and I'm sure a lot of people have questions about that. They want to know what's the point. I'll be trying to. Well, I heard a lot of misconceptions. The most common misconception I hear is people think that I make this community so that LSRP or RCRP change the way they behave. I mean, it's up to them whether they do that. This is more for me. This is more for me to know what is the right way to do things. What is the right way, what is the proper way to solve these problems that we keep facing, like holding administrators accountable for actually enforcing the rules? Because a very common problem I see on roleplay servers is administrators don't enforce the rules as much as they enforce their idea of what people should be doing. And that varies from administrator to administrator. And the result of that is that a player will end up being punished for something that isn't against the rules, and the admin will totally get away with it, and there's no accountability for that in certain systems. Now, that's not always the truth, but sometimes it is, and I just want to create a system where that isn't the case. For example, here on our Discord, if you are punished, you will have evidence posted to you in the public evidence chat room. It's technically a chat room, but yeah. So let me just show it real quick. So boom, there we go. So whenever you get punished, the administrator has 48 hours to post evidence for why you're being punished. Anything from formal warning to a ban to anything else. Another thing, punishments on our server are actually very much hold on, what is going on? There we go. Punishments on our server are preset. There's not a huge discussion on punishments, and the reason for that is when you have a huge discussion on punishments, if the administrator's friend is the one being questioned, for a punishment, then they'll probably get a much more lenient sentence, if any sentence at all. This bias exists in humans everywhere, and it's something we explored before. It's something that we've talked about before, and I want to get the chat involved more. But if you spam the chat, then you're gonna get timed out. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm first. Boy, welcome. Graydon Mafia, welcome as well. You love my videos, I appreciate that. I also want to apologize to all of my fans who were waiting for the Jason episode. I am working on it, okay? I can actually show you guys the process. I am going to right now, but it's been delayed a little bit. I'm not gonna put all the blame on the environmental factors. I was a little bit lazy, but I will release it hopefully tomorrow. So you will get your Jason episode, and hopefully you'll get more regular uploads soon enough. And also, I apologize for not continuing the for not hosting Userone Talks last week. I wanted to, but I just felt that without a judge we couldn't do it. But then I realized, hey, like, oh my god, okay, cool. All right, so hold on, there's a slight issue. I was gonna show you guys the stream, but I have two versions of Vegas Pro, and one of them is conflicting with another one. Okay, whatever, I'll fix it another time. Just know that I'm working on it, and you will get your stream soon. So, again, the topic for the discussion today is gonna be the point of the whole roleplay union. And again, to reiterate my point, the point of roleplay union is to create a system where we hold administrators accountable and where we don't issue punishments without physical evidence. So we've talked about this the last episode we had on Userone Talks about whether or not police should be required to submit physical evidence in roleplay servers to actually penalize somebody, because basically right now it's up to the civilians to prove their innocence, not up to police to prove their guilt. But we're gonna be debating something a little bit different today. Should communities only ban players that they have evidence that they're guilty? Because this is an interesting topic, because it's a much bigger gray area there. It is a private community. Technically, they should be able to ban anybody for any reason outside of discrimination, obviously. But what happens when somebody's really invested in it? What happens if you're not banning? What happens if you don't have a community, right? But a platform. Like, for example, YouTube is a platform, so they're not responsible technically for the content that is published on YouTube. The YouTube itself is not necessarily responsible for any illegal content that somebody else uploads, because they just create a platform, at least that's what they say, for people to be able to submit their content. But that being said, there has been some bias documented on YouTube as well. So this is a very topical discussion in my opinion. So again, let's I should have copied that. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this thing. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste that here. Okay. Okay. So the question of the matter is, should a platform of any kind be required to issue bans, to present physical evidence when issuing punishments or penalties of any kind? Because, again, we're talking about not just roleplay servers at this point. We're talking about any kind of platform. Because in my mind, what I would want personally is a platform for roleplay. Not necessarily a roleplay server, where there's like an arbitrary standard that some people set that have like stereotypes in their mind. Ooh, an Italian guy will do this and this and this. Ooh, a Russian guy will do this and this and this, because they have, the tradition and stuff like that. Here's the thing, right? Yes, majority of them. I'm willing to buy that majority of people that fit a certain stereotype might actually be like that in real life. Not necessarily all the time, but sometimes, yes. But that doesn't mean that all of them do. And that's kind of going back to the question of stereotyping. It's going back to the question of, judging people basically not by what their character is, not by what the player does, but by how it looks. And that's the issue that I have personally with LSRP and other roleplay servers that do that. GTA World also is one of the servers. From experience speaking, they do judge people based on how it looks like what they're doing, not necessarily what they're doing actually, not necessarily how their character came to that. So I think that's a big issue, and that's why I created Roleplay Union in the first place, to create a system where that can be prevented. I don't think they necessarily do it out of malice. They might be, I don't know, but I don't think they are necessarily. But the system that they have created holds so much discretion that it doesn't matter. We do have somebody waiting in the interview room. So unfortunately we don't have a judge. We don't have a judge for this. We will have a judge in the future. Also, before I continue, I want to showcase our little suggestion system. So right now it's not necessarily functioning because the bot, the host for the bot started working for some reason. We're working on that, but I just want to quickly show what's going on with that. So this is the suggestions box. Right now it's not working, but in the future you should be able to click the plus sign to create a suggestion. Here's the suggestion rules for now. And yeah, basically the way it'll work is whenever a suggestion is created, it'll be listed here and it'll be sorted by the points system. And how the point system works, well, ideally it'll be likes minus dislikes. Actually, right now it works pretty well. But right now the bot doesn't work, so it'll work in the future. I'll make an announcement when it does work. Okay, let me pull in the guy, see what he has to say. Alright. Hold on. Almost forgot. There we go. Boom. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So, have you noticed the topic of discussion? Do you know what the topic of discussion today is?
So, I have very strong opinions.
I'm sure we all have strong opinions.
Yeah, I personally believe that you should have evidence.
You personally think that they should have evidence. This is interesting because I also think so. But
Yeah,
for the purpose of this debate, I'm gonna take the other side because I know what they're thinking. I know why I've heard all the arguments that they've posed against this idea. So I'm gonna take the other side in this debate. Okay? So let me just fix one thing real quick. Just give me a second. I just wanna order this properly. So we're gonna have a.
Okay.
Okay. God damn it. One moment. There we go. Okay, and just one more thing. Hold on. Copy that and create a reference. That is not. Oh my god! What? How does it select? Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, now everything should be good.
Yeah, it's fine. Take your time, please.
Yes, okay. So, should a platform be required to present physical evidence when issuing penalties of any kind? Okay, right. So, I'm gonna create a... No, we're not gonna create a straw poll yet. We're gonna hear the arguments from both sides, okay?
Yeah.
And let's establish some facts, okay? So, roleplay servers do not require any physical evidence from admins when issuing punishments, as far as I'm aware. Because
I
I've
think
never.
we do it in the admin boards, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I think they usually have evidence in the admin boards.
Why don't they share that evidence though? Because,
I
for example,
don't
in
know.
real life. So should we change the question to should they share the evidence that they have?
I'm yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Do not require to disclose any physical evidence from evidence when issuing punishments. Okay, okay, let's do that. We'll change the question. Should a platform should an RP server be required to present physical evidence? Okay, well that's pretty much the question anyway. Okay. Okay, so roleplay servers don't require to disclose physical evidence when issuing punishments. So, why? Let's start with you.
I'm arguing for or against.
You're arguing that they should be required.
So I reckon they should show it because it's fair. The community, like, they understand what goes on and what leads up to the punishment.
It's fair
Like,
is a conclusion. We need to
yeah,
come to the conclusion somehow. What's the foundation for that conclusion?
like,
What makes
it's
it
about
fair?
trust.
Can you repeat that? Sorry. I didn't...
It's about trust. Like, if they provide evidence.
Well, if it's about trust, then why would we need them to post any evidence? We can just trust them, right?
Yeah, but if they post evidence, it gives us reason to trust.
Hmm. So you're saying, see, okay, I'll just note it down. It's fair. It gives people reason to trust the punishment. Okay, if I word it like that, if you're okay with me wording it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then that kind of okay. I can agree with that. Okay. So I'm arguing against, even though I don't have that point of view. I'm gonna argue against them because for the sake of argument. So
Yeah, sure.
they shouldn't be required to present evidence. Okay, so you said it's fair. It gives people the reason to trust the punishment. Okay,
Yeah.
so one counter argument I hear a lot about why they shouldn't be required to present evidence is, and this is a pretty good argument, so I'm gonna use it, because rule breakers can use these the methods admins used against them to circumvent them, or otherwise, sorry, not the methods, but the knowledge of the methods admins used against them to circumvent them. So what do you have to say about? Do you accept that argument? First of all,
I do not.
you don't accept. So sorry. There's a difference between accepting an argument and agreeing with it. I'm not asking you if you agree with it. I'm asking if you accept it as an argument.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you could argue that.
Okay. So, okay, here's your counterpoint for that. It's your time to shine. Make a counter argument to what I just said.
Okay, so, like, it doesn't even matter because they only use, like, admin commands to find out if the players are rule breaking, so they can't really circumvent.
Okay. Administrators use commands exclusive to them, so therefore they cannot be circumvented. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, also, you spelled my name wrong.
1 second. I'm very sorry about that.
It's fine.
Oh my god, that's kind of... that's a big misspell. I apologize for that. Okay, alright. Administrators use commands exclusive to them, so therefore they cannot be circumvented. Okay. I actually have a counter argument to that. Hold on, it just came out of my head. Okay, so administrators use commands exclusive to them, therefore they cannot be circumvented. The knowledge of how administrators use these commands can be useful to abuse limitations of those commands. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, what was that?
So knowing how administrators use the commands will help them better know how to avoid being detected by those commands or something like that.
No, I don't think that's the case because, like, the admin commands very universal. It's basically the same on every server in one way or another.
But that's only helping the case for the rule breaker because. Hold on, let me write down what you just said. Administrators' commands are similar across different platforms, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the counter argument to that is this is only helping those who learn how to circumvent those commands and learn how to avoid being detected by them. So, for example, right, we have a ban evader who figures out that I don't know, they figured out that he was ban evading because he had the same IP, and the administrators they told him, we figured out that you were ban evading because you came from the same IP. So he changed his IP, and then he ban evades again, and now that same system won't work again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
usually you can usually detect it anyway because, like, they'll have the same ISP and the same location.
Well, then, then if they get detected by the ISP or the location, they can change that, and then they won't be detected. That's the whole argument. If administrators tell them how they detected them, then the person who was rule breaking will learn how to circumvent it.
I suppose, but like usually most people know how ban systems work, or at least from my point of view.
That we're not arguing whether or not people know how ban systems work, though. We're arguing about whether a roleplay server should be required to present physical evidence.
I'd say it's on a case-to-case basis.
Okay, if it's case-to-case basis, if admins get to decide whether or not they present physical evidence or not, then they are not required to do it. We can't. Or do you mean that if it's a certain case?
Like,
Okay, hold
if
on.
it
I think we're
involves,
diverting
like-
too much off topic here. Okay, so the argument I made was this is only helping those who learn how to circumvent those commands and learn how to avoid being detected by them. So, do you think that? So what is the iteration for that? How would you argue against the fact that the person who gets banned for certain punishments and learns of the way that they found him will now know how to circumvent it in the future?
Well, I don't think most people would be compelled to circumvent their punishment because usually, from what I see, most people learn from their bans. So, like, they'd be apologetic.
Because they understand why they are banned. Most people won't be compelled to circumvent the punishment because they understand why they are banned. Is that accurate to what you said?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Well, to that I have to say, that doesn't cover the cases. Hold on. I gotta keep the topic in mind. Should the officers be required? And I'm arguing that they shouldn't be required. Most people will be compelled to circumvent. Most people won't be able to circumvent their punishment. Okay, that doesn't cover all of the cases. Some will still be able to circumvent the punishment. So, do you accept that as an argument?
Yes.
Okay. Counter argument.
Well, it's like, it's rare, so.
Can you repeat that one more time? I misheard it.
So, like, the most people don't really try and circumvent their punishments much.
That's what you said already, though.
Like, yeah, but like 95% of them are cool.
Yeah, but that's not what we're arguing. The 5% will still be able to come back again and again and
Honestly,
again.
if they don't get caught, I'd say I'd be proud of them, because it's quite hard to go undetected.
So you're saying that if a person learns how to break the rules and not get caught, we should just be proud of them?
Well, because they have to like adopt an entire different attitude to make sure they're not exposed.
So what you're really saying is that they would have to fall in line and actually obey the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a different argument. Okay, okay, right. Those who remain undetected must have fallen in line to obey the rules, and therefore aren't disruptive to the community. Is that what you basically said?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you're proud of them, because they did evade the punishment. You're not proud of them for that, right? You're proud of them for
very not good.
Yeah, you're proud of them because they fell in line, because they learned from their mistakes and they stopped breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. But from the side of the admin team, they still got away with ban evading or with some punishments.
Yeah.
And that isn't acceptable.
It is not acceptable now.
So, do you have a retort for that?
Well, I just think the admin team should step it up, because it's not impossible to catch ban evaders. So if they're not catching ban evaders, it means they're not doing their jobs adequately.
See, the thing about your argument is it goes against like the resources that administrators has. I mean, after all, we're talking about a video game with limited resources. Everything has limited resources, right? And even the real life court systems, they have limited resources. They won't be able to cover every case. They won't be able to catch every criminal. So this, do you really want to go with that argument? Because it's not I don't think it's a really good one. It's just saying, it's just basically telling admins, do your job better is not really gonna help. You know, it's like PD recently told me, hey, your roleplay standard is bad. I'm like, well, okay, can you give me an example? No. Okay, what am I supposed to improve when I'm not given a single example of that, you know? So again, it's more of a conclusion. We need a foundation. We need the foundation. How you come to that conclusion.
I think like the management should set an example.
Well, what kind of an example?
Like, make sure each administrator knows how to use each system and how to use it effectively.
Okay. So you're saying there should be like guidance or guidelines for administrators?
Yeah.
They still got away with some punishments that isn't acceptable. The administrators should have guidelines, and should it be specific guidelines or vague guidelines?
Specific.
Okay, specific guidelines. Specific guidelines, and learn from their mistakes to improve the systems and make sure that more rule breakers get caught. Okay.
Sorry. I have to go.
You have to
I
go.
have
Well,
to
okay.
go,
Well,
so-
we're about done
Yeah,
anyway.
my cat died. My cat. Oh my god.
Well, anyway, thank you for coming. I appreciate you having a debate with me. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a brief straw poll. Yeah. So we're gonna do a brief straw poll. See what the people say. Okay, straw poll. Okay. I question. Should an RP server be required to disclose evidence they use against people? I'm gonna let this one run. Yes, they must disclose the evidence when issuing punishments. When issuing punishments. No, they shouldn't have to disclose the evidence. Should I add like a case-by-case basis? Again, the case-by-case basis pretty much means no, they shouldn't, as far as I know. Okay, we'll just do this. Okay. So I create the poll. I'm gonna add the poll in the in here. There we go. So you should be able to join very easily, and I'm gonna spam it in the boom. Okay, so you should be able to join and vote on the straw poll. And we can, every once in a while, come and check up on it, see how it's doing. Alright, so, we got another one. Alright, I'm gonna take him in. But I also I want you guys to know that we are also hiring judges. Well, not hiring, but like taking in volunteers as judges. I'm sorry, we're not rich enough to be paying people for this. I apologize. But if you do want to come in, if you do want to be a judge, if you want to help out doing the streams, then again, I opened this last week. If you go to apply for staff, there you go. Requirements, you could become a helper or a judge. A helper is more of a staff related stuff. It's more investment. You need to verify people, you need to communicate, you need to attend weekly staff meetings. As a judge, you just need to judge a couple of cases. It's not a big deal. So if you just want to, if you think you have like a background in judging, being a judge, being a jury, or anything like that, or if you just fascinate about the subject, then come and help out. We're taking all the help that we can get. Okay, let's get the other individual that is waiting for us in the interview room. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
So, do you know what the topic of the discussion is?
Yeah, it's about RP servers and if they're required to disclose evidence when people are punished.
Okay, so what position do you hold on that topic?
I agree with that.
Okay. So anytime somebody gets punished, there should be evidence to why they got punished this way.
Yeah, because I think it's only fair that, like, say you're in court in real life and there's a trial against you, you're gonna want evidence presented against you, and
Well, yeah, but
it's only a fair way.
okay, let's have a debate then. You can use that as your starting point. I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave the straw poll because it's interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so should we just get rid of these or just? I'm just gonna get rid of these for now. If we need them, we can backtrack the stream later. It'll be uploaded anyway. Okay, so alright, so you're on the position of that they should be required. I'm gonna take the position that they shouldn't be required, even though I pretty much agree with you. It's the reason I started Roleplay Union to begin with.
Alright.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. Start with why they should be required.
I think it's only fair for the player that's being punished to see the evidence, because if like the admin just doesn't like you and just punished you for no reason, then I think like it would help the player understand why they're actually being punished.
Mm. So you mentioned the admin getting admin banning you for no reason.
Yeah, or without an actual.
Without an actual reason.
Yeah.
So this is more your argument is more about holding administrators accountable. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, and I think that like if a player is punished, they should like see the evidence, because I think it just makes sense. Because like, say a player was prison for, let's say, death matching or something along those lines, then I think an admin should actually show like video evidence of like the thing actually happening, because one admin might have a different opinion to another admin if it was actually death matching.
Okay. This is interesting because Stefan in the comments in the chat right now said this is a very bad example because real life laws and crimes are very different from private platform on the internet that is free to choose which users they want to disallow on the service. So you know what? Let's do a new kind of feature. If I see a comment that is, kind of contradicting us or going for some side, then I'll just take that comment. I'll just use that comment. Okay, so let's do that now. I'm gonna use that comment. So, real life laws. And crimes are different from private platforms.
Right.
Who can choose which users they want to allow on their service. Okay. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, but don't you think that if an admin just didn't want someone in their community, they should have a reason behind that?
If an admin wants to punish someone, they should have a reason behind it.
And I understand it's their community, but like, I think it's just fair.
Okay, yeah. Right now, as far as I can tell, there isn't a community that requires physical evidence outside of Roleplay Union. Like, yeah, we require physical evidence, but we're not a role-playing server yet, so that's.
That's another.
That could be an argument that eventually, if there is a role-playing community which is actually just a role-playing platform that allows you to play anything you want, right? And it doesn't stop you with the nonsense. Oh, your roleplay is not fitting the stereotypes, which they actually phrase as role-playing standard. It's.
Yeah, but I think they should like make clear rules of the roleplay standards and actually like point out what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me just. I can't use the straw poll.
Should be working.
Yeah, it is. It is working for me.
Yeah.
There's 13 votes right now. Okay. Right now, most are voting actually no decision, but it's only one vote in favor of no decision. So we'll see how it goes. This is why I wanted a judge. And again, I opened the position for a judge. If you want to become a judge, then you can do that. Judges may also be able to handle disputes between like members of the community in the future, but we haven't created a system for that yet. But okay, anyway, let's go back to the topic. So you said if an admin wants to punish someone, they should have a reason behind it. One of the arguments I heard against that is that administrators put forward a lot of effort and they are trusted members of the community. Therefore, hold on, let me just finish, okay? Therefore, their judgment is trusted. There you go. So, what's your counter argument?
I don't really think everyone can be trusted. Like, I think if evidence isn't presented, then oh
See, it's
yeah,
very
it's
easy to bring up conclusions and be
yeah,
like,
I know.
yes, it makes sense, but you gotta go for the foundation and up. You gotta
Yeah,
show people how you got there. That's the only way you kind of make sense. Because we all can scream that, oh, this is not fair, oh, this is this, oh, this is that. We gotta actually,
yeah, break it down.
justify this concern.
Yeah, but why do you think admin should be trusted? Like, I understand
Because
they have that position for a reason, but that doesn't mean that they're always right.
there you go. Okay, that's an argument. So an admin isn't always right.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why people have broken rules before or been accused of it and have been banned for it, but they might have been unbanned at a later time because the evidence wasn't there or
Admins
there wasn't a
have
good
made
reason.
mistakes before. I can
Exactly.
personally attest to this because like
Yeah, I know.
1/3 of my admin record is voiding another third of it.
Yeah.
Because they have to make an entry saying, "Oh, void this entry, void this entry." I have a lot of them because I
Yeah.
appeal like pretty much every punishment that I
But
think is unjust.
Exactly, and if you like get punished or something, and you actually sit out that punishment, then like you don't really get anything back from that, and it's just like taken away from your gameplay.
And I've had admins punish me repeatedly, and those punishments, same admin punishes me repeatedly, and then those punishments just got voided, and nothing ever happens to the admin as far as I can tell.
Yeah, exactly. Because nothing happens unless you report them, but sometimes like you can't really report them because someone with like authority doesn't really do anything about it.
Because they're pretty much friends.
Exactly,
They're
so
a group of friends. Okay, but let's
why-
let's stick to the debate because we want to be a little bit more structured. We want to show.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, right. An admin isn't always right. Admins make mistakes before. Well, it's kind of an argument that I can't really, even taking their side, I can't really debate that unless I.
because it's true.
What I can say about that is administrators
Yeah.
can be reported if they make a mistake or
Yeah.
are malicious.
Yeah, they can be reported, but like as you said before, like admins can be friends with people with authority, and like even if you report an admin, then the admin might just ignore it. Like you've reported admins before, and like nothing's happened to them. Like that's just like evidence that admins are
Well,
biased.
my punishment got voided, but nothing
Yeah, but
happened to
that's
the
it.
admin. Okay, so
Which
you're
isn't
saying
really
that
fair.
admins aren't held accountable
Exactly.
for mistakes or being malicious.
And yeah, I understand it's a mistake, but like
Okay,
something needs to be done about it.
okay. Right now, you have this context of send roleplay servers in mind.
Yeah.
I want you to get rid of it. I want you to imagine the perfect roleplay server where everybody. Well, you still have humans. Humans are imperfect. Humans make
Yeah,
mistakes. But the server itself, they don't. Nobody's malicious. And let's say that if an admin gets reported, let's just pretend that they do get held accountable. So
Yeah.
let's redact the argument that they're not being held accountable. Let's change it to, for
Let's say they
example, let's go back to the fact that the matter of hand, the physical evidence. Let's focus more on that. So
Right.
administrators can be reported if they make mistakes or are malicious.
Yeah.
What about it's harder to report them because there's no physical evidence, and you don't know why they punished you in the first place? Would that be a valid argument from your position?
Wait, can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
You can't really report an admin for making a mistake or being malicious when they don't tell you how they banned you in the first place.
Exactly. I think they should be held accountable because they didn't actually show evidence or like prove that something was broken. A rule was broken.
Because they aren't required to post any evidence. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the counter argument to that, I guess, is that admins do post evidence privately among themselves.
Yeah, but how do we know that that evidence even links to the punishment? There might not even be evidence. An admin could just be saying that there is evidence and getting someone banned. It's just
So it doesn't hold. Private evidence doesn't hold an admin accountable among the community.
exactly. And I think if evidence is required, then it should be shown to us, because if you don't really know the backstory to why you've actually been banned, you're gonna just wanna. I think I would wanna like rule break more and just ban evade, because like if I don't know why I was banned and like seeing evidence behind it to actually make me think that I actually did it, then I would wanna break rules even more.
Okay. Right, private evidence doesn't hold that accountable among the community. I actually have a good argument, even though I don't necessarily agree with this notion. I do have a good argument for why they shouldn't be required. Some evidence is sensitive, such as private information or disturbing content.
Wait, what information would be counted as private though?
Phone number, like a lot of doxing going on. We had the doxing incident on Roleplay Union, and we actually had to create a private section. We were. Here's how it works in Roleplay Union. If you
Go on.
dox somebody, you obviously get banned. It's a serious penalty, but we can't post that evidence publicly because then we are doxing him. So we created this confidential information, and if the person wants to know why they got punished, we'll send them the evidence because I mean they have it anyway. So, but we won't publish it anywhere else.
Yeah, I think that evidence should be presented at like certain times, and if evidence is really needed, then
So you're saying so that at least to the person that gets punished, they should know why they got punished.
Exactly. So just you don't need to like show evidence publicly. Just like show it to the person that.
At the very least, the person receiving the punishment.
So like any private information wouldn't be like leaked or anything to
see
the public.
The evidence of their punishment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I accept that as an argument. Okay. Right. We don't have much time left. But I just want to stress again that I don't think that we shouldn't be required physical evidence. In fact, I created a roleplay unit that thinking that we should be required to present physical evidence, and in fact we have that system in place. We have been using it to punish role breakers in the past, and it has been working sort of well so far. Now, let's look at the straw poll real quick. What do you think it's gonna say before looking at it?
I think it's gonna be more yes.
Okay, so right now it's actually 50-50. 9 votes in favor, 9 votes against. So the jury, I think it's called deadlocked jury on this. They cannot decide. So we're scheduling it to the next session. Order in court. I need a gavel. I need to buy a gavel. That's what I need. Okay. Alright. So we have another one waiting for the interview. So again, thank you, Ace.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Why don't you apply for a judge? I mean, you seem pretty passionate about it. We're accepting applications for judges right now. You can go apply. They don't have.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and apply.
Awesome, man. All right. See you.
Have a good day.
Honorable Ace.
Bye.
Take care. Awesome. All right. So that was pretty interesting. Now let's get the next person in. Filthy and Bastard. Filthy and Bastard. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. Interview access, boom. How you doing, filthy the bastard? Filthy and bastard.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, man?
Do you know what we are talking about?
Not really, no.
Okay. So, do you know? Should the question of the debate is: should a roleplay server be required to present physical evidence when issuing penalties of any kind? That's the question that we have.
Mm.
Do you know what that means?
Well, yeah, of course, man.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So, do you think they should or shouldn't be?
I mean, of course, you're supposed to show some evidence if you're if you are like actively engaging in harming another player's right to play on the server.
They don't have the right to play on on a server
Well, why not?
because a right is the right to freedom of speech. A right is an
I
American
have the
who has
right
the
to
right.
be entertained. I'm a millennial.
Okay, so you want to argue that people have the right to
Entertainment. It's a human right.
entertainment is a human right?
Yes.
Now that's something I've never heard before. Okay, do you seriously want to argue that?
Yes.
Okay, let's change. I don't really want to change the topic of the discussion midway though, but it's a very interesting sentiment. Okay, let's just stick to this topic. You can argue it and we can debate it in the topic. How about that? That's like a little bit of a compromise, okay? So you're saying they should be required to present physical evidence. Why? Can you place your question again, please?
Oh, why they should be posting?
Yes, when they punish somebody, why should they be posting evidence?
So people know that this guy got fucked and.
Let's not use swear words. Let's keep it
sorry.
family friendly.
Yeah, sorry. Let's keep it PG out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're basically doing an action against somebody's ability to play the game, I guess you should be posting some sort of evidence why he has no right or ability to play the game anymore, So I guess it would be really useful for the other players to know that this action has been conducted against this member of the.
Well, they know that action has been conducted against.
Yes, but they
them.
don't know the exact reasons for it. It could have been.
So they should know the exact reasons.
Yes.
If you're preventing someone from playing a game, they should know the reason for it. Yeah?
Sorry?
If you're preventing someone from playing a game, they should know the reason for why. Why you're preventing them from playing the game.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Entertainment is a human right because of COVID-19.
Okay, that's a bold statement. I respect people who take bold stances like that. Okay,
Yeah, that's why I'm a filthy bastard. I do a lot of bold statements.
Okay, man. So, you do you. Let me figure it out. So, how do I even dispute this? If you're preventing someone from playing a game...
Because you cannot.
They should know the reason why. Please don't interrupt me, though. So the problem with... The thing that I see about your statement is it's kind of like a... Why should they know the reason? It feels like more of a conclusion again. We gotta focus more on foundations. You know what I mean? Because you're saying they should know the reason, but why should they know the reason?
I mean, well,
you came to that conclusion somehow.
Yeah.
So what's the foundation behind that conclusion? What's the reasoning for why they should know? Why should they be required?
The ability to play the game.
Can you repeat that?
The ability to play the game. The ability to be entertained by role-playing. Role-playing is a human right.
So please stop saying that role-playing is a human right, because that's just blatantly not true. Okay, it's not.
Okay. Okay, my bad.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
mean, it was a really faulty conclusion from my end. Maybe it's not a human right.
okay, well, not. I'm not even acknowledging it because I'm assuming it's a joke. Okay.
Well, it was half a joke and half truth, you know?
Okay. I mean, I guess people have the right to express themselves. That is their right to express themselves artistically. Yes, that is true. We
Autistically
can.
or out.
Are you just here goofing? I mean, I get it, but still, come on.
I'm not, like, I thought he said something. My bad, bro.
Okay,
Yeah, my bad.
I do have I don't know how to say it in English, but in Russian it means kartavlu, something like that. It means I can pronounce R properly. So yeah, you might not be
Oh,
able to
my
hear
bad.
that. Anyway, if you
Yeah, I
want
know
to,
what you mean.
so you can take that stand that they should be able to express themselves how they want creatively. Yeah, that I can buy. That's a different stand. It is a human right to be able to express yourself, express your opinion, express your, uh, viewpoint. That is a human right, and I agree with that. Uh, Not necessarily roleplay though. So, do you want to take that point? Do you want to stand behind? Yes, we have the right to express ourselves through our characters however we want. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine. Alright. People have the right to express themselves and their opinions through uh, their characters. And therefore, but why does that mean that we should require evidence of rule breaking? Because that's
Because when an admin bans you from the server, you're unable to connect and express yourself in the server, you know? Like you cannot partake in the art form of role playing.
Mhm. Okay. So they should be justified in why they're doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And therefore, they should be justified. You seem very passionate about this topic. You might want to apply to be a judge.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
We opened the applications last week. You should, why don't you apply earlier? Would have been more interesting by now. All right. Therefore, they should be justified. We should have kept Ace so that we could have like actually had the judge for this discussion. Okay, we'll have a judge next week, and therefore they should be justified. Punishments should be justified. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the entire point that you made, people have the right to express themselves and have their opinions to their characters, and therefore they should be justified.
Yeah, like I would actually take LSRP to the Human Rights Court if they actually like banned me from the server for nothing. Because it's my human right to express myself, and if I'm unable to connect to the server to roleplay a character, I don't know, a fucking 24-year-old biker, which I'm doing at the moment, you know, like they're kinda infringing on my rights.
But would you take them to court if you broke any rules of the server, and that's why they banned you?
Kinda depends.
Depends on what.
If it's justified, you know, like if they can actually justify me getting banned or
Okay. Okay. So I guess this will be interesting to retort. So you're saying that people should have the right to express themselves, their opinions. Can I add and creativity?
yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay, and creativity through their characters, and therefore punishments should be justified. They shouldn't be required to present evidence. Well, I guess I'm arguing a slightly different thing now. Because people's right to express themselves doesn't trump private services rights to deny service to anyone.
Sorry, what's that?
So services and businesses, they have the right to deny service to anyone as long as it's not
Actually, they don't.
discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not discrimination. I'll add it in the argument just for the sake of it. As long as it's not discrimination. So do you accept my argument? No, I'm not asking if you agree with it, but do you accept it as an argument?
Hold on, you're currently updating it on the screen. Because people's right to express themselves don't trump private service rights to deny service to anyone. Yeah, why not? Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
So what's your counter argument to that?
LSRP is a public necessity and should be sanctioned by the...
LSRP is not a public necessity.
Why? I mean, hey, I'm
Okay.
able to
You want to
express
argue
myself.
about that? Okay. In tort common law, the defense of necessity gives the
I don't
state on individual.
sorry, I don't do common law, I do civil law.
Private necessity is the use of another's property for private
Yes,
reasons.
but don't bring out common law, I do civil law. Common law is like a tradition for...
You're just trying to confuse me.
What do you mean, man? Don't you know what common law is?
Common law is the part of the English law that is derived from
Yes.
the custom and the judicial precedent rather than statutes. Okay.
Yes.
And
Am I
civil
from
law-
England? Are you from England? Do you know what civil law is?
And
It's
civil law is a legal system originating in Europe, intellectualized within the framework of Roman law, the main
Yes.
feature of which is that its core principles are codified into a referable system which serves as the primary source of law. I lost track halfway through reading that. Do you understand any of this?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I actually studied that right now.
That's pretty good. But again, so you're saying that LSRP is a public necessity?
Yes.
So can you define what public necessity means in your context then?
The right to have entertainment and the right to express myself. I'm unable to express myself. LSRP is not a platform. It's
Who gives you the
service.
right? Who gives you the right to have entertainment?
God, a country, and I guess, yeah.
I don't. We're
I
not
believe
being
in
very
natural.
productive.
What do you mean? I believe in natural laws. Therefore,
What are natural
believe-
laws?
don't you know?
No, I don't
It's
know.
literally like the justification of a law or a rule comes from outside of the actual written text. It comes from it's being justified from a higher being, for example, God or human rights.
Okay, so you're saying
This is
that
philosophy
God.
right now.
Let me finish. God gives you the right to be entertained.
I said country as well. I believe that the
So God and country. Which country? Which country?
It depends. It depends on the context.
This context. In this context, in context of LSRP, which country gives you the right to be entertained? I think you're bullshitting me.
I think England or the European Union. Actually, I'll go with European Union.
So you're telling me that England, oh sorry, European Union, right? European Union. First of all, European Union isn't the country.
Well, it is a mixture of a country and...
It's a union of different countries, yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you're saying that the European Union gives you the right to be entertained.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and United Nations.
The United Nations gives you the right to be entertained. Is that the Declaration of Human Rights? The right to be
Yes.
entertained?
Yes.
I just googled a right to be entertained. I just found a child's right to be entertained. Mary Beth Laidman. I don't see
I mean,
anything else about the... Okay, here we go. The inalienable right to be entertained. New Oxford Review. What is this? Let me see. Hold on. You are really...
Yeah.
You're amazing. I just want to say this. Alright, the inalienable rights to be entertained. Recently, my car broke down on a freeway during rush hour. What does that have to this? This is not a declaration of rights. What is this?
I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, can you show me where in the Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations does it say that you have the right to be entertained?
It's been said in committee meetings, and it was
Okay, can
actually
you?
a really
Then there's a
controversial
transcript of that. Then there's
Yes.
Show me the transcript.
transcript.
You're just making fun of the way I pronounce things. Anyway, we're out of time anyway. Thank you
Oi.
for coming. I'll give
Hey.
everybody 15 minutes. What are you talking about?
Nigger, fuck you, nigger, nigger.
Oh my god. My bind didn't work for whatever reason. I apologize for that. Why didn't my bind work? I have a bind set for muting, and it just... And I don't understand why it didn't work. Oh my god. Don't worry about that, guys. Obviously he got banned, but I can't control what people do up until they act, and for whatever reason, I guess need to check my binds before streaming. Alright, so anyway. We're done with him. Let's move on to somebody else. He did present an interesting argument about people's right to be entertained, but it turns out to be complete nonsense. made me think. Again, I treat everybody equally up until the point, even after they misbehave. I only judge people by how they act and what they choose to do. And this guy chose to come here and make fool of himself for 5 minutes. Okay, cool. That happens sometimes. Anyway, let's see what else we got. So again, if you guys want to apply and join the roleplay union, you have that opportunity. You have the ability to do so. It's in the what's it called? It's in the apply for staff. So if you go to roleplay union information, you will be able to go to apply for staff, and here we go. Okay. So again, if you want to come in, if you want to have a debate, we can do that. I upload that every week? No, I don't. I don't allow that every week. Last time we didn't have anybody doing that. Actually, I'm very impressed. I expect more of that, to be honest, because people just want to come in and troll. But it's always going to happen no matter what kind of community you have. You're always going to have that kind of thing. The whole point of Roleplay Union is to try to prevent this from happening when you... to innocent people who actually don't want to disrupt community streams and stuff like that. I guess I'll need to check the keybinds every time from now on. Okay. I'm just gonna do a little bit of an announcement here. If you guys wish to join the Userone Talks, now is the time. How you don't recognize his voice? Listen, man, some people have similar voices, and I don't pay attention to people like this who, there's no point wasting your energy on people who don't care, who just want to make it more difficult for you to run the community. So I kind of, I had a hunch, but I don't operate on a hunch, okay? I don't operate on a hunch. The mistake that I made is my bind key got dropped without my knowledge, and I didn't check it before. So next time I'm going to check, make sure my bind key for muting people will work. But again, I can't predict what a person does until they do it. Now, obviously, now him saying stuff like, "Oh, I have the right to do to be entertained," it sounded ridiculous to me, and I pointed it out, and I even said, "I think you're bullshitting." I mean, you heard me say it, but I still heard him out because that's the entire point of this community. We hear people out, as long as they're not being disruptive. and we afford this opportunity to everybody, every member of the community. And even if you have done something wrong in the past, as long as you receive your punishment, you and as long as you pay for it, fairly, and he will be punished severely for this. He will receive a serious offense, which is 3 months punishment, and it's multiplied times by how many times he does it. So if he after 3 months comes in, does the same thing, then it's multiplied by 2 because he did it twice since the last time, and it will be multiplied by 2. So therefore it will be 6 months, and then if he after 6 months comes back, he'll do it again. Then it'll be 12 months. And if he ban evades, which is difficult now that we have a database for all the characters that we log, it's gonna be more and more difficult for him to do this. It won't be impossible, but again, it will never be impossible for people to do stuff like this. So again, there's not much I can do aside from trying to hold people accountable to the best of my ability. And that's what I'm trying to do with this server. I'm trying to hold everybody accountable equally, including staff members and members who aren't staff. So if you have a problem with that, that's fine. But if you want to be a part of a community that treats everybody equally and judges them only based on what they choose to do, then go ahead and join. We have link in the description. Feel free to join. And also, again, I want to apologize to my fans where I didn't upload the Jason episode. I'm still working on it. Suggestions. Again, I want to bring up the suggestions topic, even though it doesn't work yet. I'm going to make an announcement when it does work. Basically, list of suggestions will appear here. It will be sorted by points, by the point system. The point system will be thumbs up minus thumbs down. It'll be the points, and the ones with the highest points will be considered the top suggestion for the week. We will discuss it during the. I apologize. We will discuss it during the next stream, so you should be able to voice your opinions and possibly have it discussed during the stream. We might even end this stream earlier than expected because of the fact that we don't have a judge and there's not a lot more people waiting for an interview. So yeah, perhaps that's what we're gonna do. Again, apologies, this interview was not that interesting. I guess I'll take some questions from the chat, see what they have to say. Alright. Hello, Userone. Does this logging conform to GDPR? Oh my god, GDPR. So GDPR is the General Data Protection Regulation of the 2016. Is a regulation of EU law on data protection and privacy of the European Union. We do not log any private information. We don't. The only thing we log is your username and your character name, which is not private information by any means. So there's no need for that. We don't collect your private information. Discord might. I would bet that Discord does, which is probably what you agreed to when you made an account, and they gave you like this huge document about privacy. Telling them about how it'll be selling your information to marketers and advertisers. It might do that. I don't know too much about that, but we don't collect private information, so we don't need any kind of agreement on that. So thank you for the question, though. My character name is personal information. I mean, okay, let's go see what personal information even is. Personal information. Well, how's that defined? Okay, so according to ProCare Support, what is ProCare Support? No, I don't care about ProCare Support. Let's find a reliable source. Personal information in Oxford Dictionary. Oh my god. Okay. What if I just say personal information defined in law? Law Insider. Okay, let's... I think we can trust Law Insider. Okay, let's do that. Personal information. Personal information means information identifiable to any person, including but not limited to information that relates to a person's name, health, finances, education, business, use or receipt of government services, or other activities, addresses, telephone numbers, or social security numbers, driver's license numbers, or other identifying numbers, or any financial identifiers. So again, if you make a character... I'm not a lawyer. Just want to make that clear. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, okay? But if you make a character, that character has no identifiers to you. None at all. That character can be a different gender. That character can be a different ethnicity. That character can be different height, different age. It has no relation to you. If you make a character based on you, again, that's not identifiable to you. That's not even a character. That's an avatar. That's different. We're talking about characters in a roleplay server. We're not talking about avatars. So therefore, it's not private information. As far as I can tell. It's to the best of my ability, I don't believe it to be private information. Userone, man, when are you gonna get on some ban appeals? I've been banned for 1 month and now I've appealed, still nothing from you. I'm gonna check it out. We have some logistic problems with the admin team because we don't have a lot of manpower. Do check out. Again, we are accepting helper applications, so if you want to become a helper, go to RPU information, apply for staff, and here you go, right here, helper requirements, judge requirements, all the lovely stuff. You can apply, you can join, and be a part of the community. It'll help out a lot. We definitely need all the help we can get right now. We're working on creating a project, and I'm gonna announce it sometime, hopefully within a couple of months. Userone, how can you live in Latvia without knowing Latvian language? Es saprotu, kā latviešu valodu, okay? I know a little bit. I apologize that I didn't study it as well as I did recently in, younger years. But that's just what it is, okay? That's just how it is. It's not necessary when you live in the capital, because people around here speak either Russian or English, so that's just how it is. I do study Latvian. I try to use it as much as possible these days. That's just what it is, man. I don't choose necessarily what language is my native language. Alright. So have we got anybody else who is waiting for interview? Not yet. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna end it early. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions because you guys keep asking. He'll just make a new account. Here's the thing. Again, we have a database now for character names, so you can't apply with the same character name. And again, every character name needs to be verified. There's always a way to circumvent any kind of ban evade. There always is, unfortunately. But it'll be more and more difficult as we develop and as we create more systems and put them in place. So, unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that this will never happen. I can guarantee that I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't happen, which is what I do. I used my bind key, it didn't work. I don't know why it decided to drop my bind key. Discord did that. I'm gonna have to check my bind key from now on every time I start these streams. So to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And yeah, that's the best I can do, unfortunately. If you have any other suggestions, I am open to them. Do let me know. Are you planning to play RCRP soon? I assume you, I do play RCRP occasionally. I assume you mean if I plan to upload any videos on RCRP. Not right now, but not within the next week, but I'll try. I'll try to get one out soon enough. I want to upload an RCRP one, hopefully tomorrow, but yeah. And also, stop spreading these rumors that I'm banned from White County Role. Okay. I'm kind of sick of this. Hold on, let me just quickly do this, okay? Just want to quickly do something. I'm gonna right now log into Red County Roleplay because people keep saying, "Ooh, Userone's banned from LSRP. Ooh, Userone's banned from RCB." I haven't been banned in years from either service. In years. It's these false rumors are just annoying as hell. Alright, so I'm just gonna log in real quick and just show you that I am not banned from Red County Roleplay. I am not banned from Red LSRP. Just because I don't upload on those servers does not mean that I am banned there or something, okay? Alright. So, here I am, Red County Roleplay. Can we get the server time? Boom. May 9th, 2020. Okay, guys? I hope that clarified that I am not banned from Red County Roleplay. Do we need the verification for LSRP as well? Okay, I'll go ahead and verify that I'm not banned from LSRP as well. Because apparently I need verification for that. Hold on, let me see the question from Matthews Possible. You think Latvia should follow ideology and politically Estonia? Because they are a better country according to the statistics in the Baltic area? I'll be honest, I am not informed in that area, so I'm not gonna make any statements. There we go. Okay. Here we are. Jason Davis, LSRP, 396 players, S-time, boom. There we go. Beautiful. I hope that clarified that I'm not banned from either Red County Roleplay or LSRP, and I haven't been banned from them in years. Okay? I just want to be clear about that to dispel any false rumors because I'm sick of seeing them and it really annoys me. Alright. Okay, so I think that concludes the questioning. We do have one guy in verified chat. Oh, he's in waiting for interview now. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Let me just test my bind. Oh my god, good thing I tested it. It's not the correct bind. It's a mute bind, but it's not a deafen bind. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, well let's give it a shot. One more thing I need to double check. Okay, let's go. Okay. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, hello. What's up, man?
Welcome.
I'm good. You?
I'm doing okay. So, do you know the question behind the stream right now?
What question?
The debate question.
Not really. I saw that you said that you want to like end this early, and thought like maybe we could make another debate before you ended up. Like it could be fun.
What kind of debate would you have in mind?
I don't really know. Like it's not that I actually
let's then focus on the debate question.
All right, what's the question?
So, should a roleplay server be required to present physical evidence when issuing penalties of any kind?
Physical evidence? Like what exactly?
Like screenshots, like logs, like videos, something like that.
I think that they should provide physical evidence so they can take exact and specific punishment for whoever breaks the rules. I mean, that's the thing, because you cannot actually just go and punish someone if you don't have like proper evidence. Just like in real life, when people get jailed and get released after 36 years because the law didn't pay attention to actually to what happened, and they actually got jailed without having any fault. So they get released after they find out that they were innocent. That's why they should have always proper and specific evidence that leads to a situation that people have done.
Okay. Well, I guess I can argue against the jail example that private communities have discretion. By the way, this doesn't mean that I disagree with you. It just means that I'm taking the other side. I'm using their arguments. So
Yeah, you're doing a counter argument. I understand.
private discussion of who they punish, who they kick out of their community, and they're able to do so for any reason other than discrimination. So private communities have discretion of who they kick out of their community, and they're able to do so for any reason other than discrimination. So that's the statement that the counter argument that I have for you. Do you have a counter argument to that?
Could you please repeat or write that, if possible?
I wrote that in the stream, but private communities have discretion of who they kick out of their community, and they're able to do so for any reason other than discrimination. I'll put it in the interview room for you.
Oh, I understand. You're trying to say that people, admins from private communities can kick somebody else for whatever reason, because they want to kick them, so they do it.
Yes, exactly. As long as it's not discrimination, they can do that.
I mean, that's actually that's why it's called the private community, because they are actually they rule it more. So whatever happens there, it's 95% of their decision and 5% of the community's decision. With one word, it's like communism. Because
communism is more about, as far as I can tell, putting the the means of production in the hands of the state. That's what communism is, as far as I can tell. I don't think it has anything to do with kicking people out. Kind of. Yeah, like China, for example, if you want to become a Chinese citizen, you have to appeal to a board, for example. That's what I heard. You have to be liked by the Chinese government, and a lot of things that go on in the Chinese government, at least from my perspective, have to do with these arbitrary restrictions. Like, did you know that they have a social credit score?
No, not really.
They have a social credit score.
Sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to say that I haven't ever played in a private community. So, from what you explained I just gave my opinion about it, because I don't have much information.
You haven't played in LSRP?
I played in LSRP, but I actually quit it because I didn't like it at all. But I've been playing in RCRP for almost 2 years and a few months.
Okay, but RCRP is a private community.
What exactly is private there? Because I don't.
Private means it's not owned by government. Means it's owned by a person, like a private individual. Means there's some kind of a barrier of entry. Also, maybe that doesn't necessarily mean that actually. It could be open doors. It just means it's not owned by the government.
Thing is that in RCRP, I've never noticed anyone get banned for having any personal issues with another admin from the community. So people always get banned for their own fault, like for breaking server rules or something like that, and nothing else. That's what I never noticed something like that. Getting banned for personal issues.
It's funny you say that, because we had Tommy B come on the stream and tell me that an admin banned him because he didn't like the radio station that he was creating, or something along those lines. That he felt that he was banned improperly. But that was a long time ago, to be fair. So I don't know. Maybe things have changed.
Yeah, probably they probably have. Like I've been recently playing here for a rough year. Like I've had a kind of leave of absence for like 2 or 3 months, but I don't think anything have changed.
Okay.
Like it's been the same thing since I ever started playing.
Okay, let's we're not gonna focus on any specific communities, but we wanna focus more in general. What should communities do? What should be the right thing for the communities to do? And right now we're debating whether they should post physical evidence. So, again, the straw poll is still active. You can go vote there if you're watching this. So right now, you made the point that exact and specific punishments for someone who break the rules, are necessary. Right? Is
Like
that-
yes, physical evidence is necessary because if an admin wants to punish a person, a player actually, he needs to have proper evidence of the player doing that mistake, which leads to his ban.
They need
Like,
to justify it.
Yeah, he can. Thing is
Okay.
that an admin, so we can have like this. Things can be like this. A player insults another player who is friend with the admin, and that guy goes to the admin and tells him about it. So the admin goes and bans the first player, without even knowing how did the argument lead, and what could happen next.
Well, in your situation, is insulting another player against the rules?
It is. It's I don't know which rule is it, but going out of character and giving out insults is actually strictly forbidden, and you can actually get banned for that.
Okay.
It can be from a temporary
so
ban to
is
a
it
permanent.
unfair that the admin punished the player for that?
No, but it's unfair if somebody gets accused for doing that if the one who accused them did something wrong. That's the thing. Like you insult someone.
Hold on. So you're saying if somebody broke a rule against me, and then I break a rule against them, it's not fair to just punish me.
Yes, he should also be punished.
Okay.
That's the case.
So you're saying that if you report that person, they're not gonna get punished?
That could happen if it's actually a corrupt admin, or like you said, like it's if the administrator team is corrupt and they won't take any actions against it.
So what's the issue with that then? If if they are corrupt, okay. So you're saying that they can be corrupt, right?
Yes, I'm just taking an example. I'm not actually talking about reality.
But hold on, this is kind of disregarding my point though. I made the point that they can kick anybody out of the community. Anybody for any reason. So what's the counter argument to that? Do you have any counter argument to the fact that they can kick anybody out?
I mean, the thing is that they can kick people for any reason, but it cannot probably be like personal reasons or something out of the rules.
It can be. They can kick anybody out even if they don't break the rules.
I don't know. I never like personally.
So okay. So
noticed
I'll
that.
write it down as an argument. They shouldn't kick people for.
Are you writing this in the Discord channel?
No, when in the stream.
Oh.
When they don't break the rules. They have the right to. They actually have the right to. It feels silly saying that after that troll last time kind of used the people have the right to be entertained nonsense. But the private communities actually do have the right to kick anybody out of their community as long as it's not discrimination. So what do you say to the fact that they can actually that they have the right to kick anybody out?
I mean, if that could actually, if that was true, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's not even allowed.
Why is that? Why is that not allowed? Not allowed by who?
It's actually, I mean, not allowed. But I'm trying to say that it's a server where there are rules stated that people should not be breaking them. And if someone does something if someone does a mistake that is not stated in the rules, and then an admin enforces that rule out of nowhere, that's unfair.
So you're saying it's unfair, basically. That's the
Yes,
conclusion.
it's unfair.
Okay. It's unfair to punish people who haven't broken a rule. Okay. I mean, what if the person? Hold on, that's your side. Okay, so Rage Night Roleplay actually has a little entry at the start of the rules that say that they haven't been written by lawyers, that they don't cover all subjects. So rules don't contain all situations and don't always cover all cases.
I'm taking an example. I'm not saying exactly how it is in Red County Roleplay or
No,
any
of
other
course,
community.
no, of course not. We're not going up against any servers at all. We're not making any statements like that. We're just trying to figure out what would be the best system for a roleplay server or roleplay community.
Right.
So rules don't contain all situations, don't always cover all cases.
Yes.
So admins should have discretions, basically. Do you have a retort to that? A counter argument? This will probably be the last counter argument because we kind of have to finish now. This will be a shorter stream.
I mean that's actually what I had to say. These were all my counter arguments.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have a look at the straw poll that I posted a while ago. Let's see if people believe that they should disclose evidence when issuing punishments, and it looks like the jury has decided that they should. Look at that. They must disclose when issuing punishments. Do you hear the fireworks? I hear fireworks outside.
Excuse me?
There's fireworks outside. We're celebrating today in our country. It's the day of the victory.
Oh, no, not really. I don't have fireworks outside. I mean, do you hear something in my background?
I heard a guy walking, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I guess the jury on this week decided that they should disclose issuing evidence with the votes 10-9.
Yes, they should actually take proper physical evidence.
All right. Have you seen that we are now accepting helpers and judge applications?
Yeah, I actually saw that, but I wasn't really thinking about applying because it's not that I've been very active during your live streams or in general in the Discord of Roleplay Union, so I wasn't even thinking of applying.
Well, if you actually look at the requirements for the judge, it's not that you need to be here every week, not at all. I think the requirement is once in 3 months or something like that. So there's not heavy requirements. Yeah, one live discussion in 3 months or 2 cases.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not a heavy requirement.
It's actually the ones in Apply for Staff channel.
Yes, in Apply for Staff. Yeah.
1 month membership of RPE without any formal offenses. Active participation in the community. That's what I said. I'm not even active.
No. That's helper. You're looking at the helper application.
Oh.
Look at the judge
You're talking
application.
about judge.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the judge.
Do I send these? All right. Where do I PM you with that form?
You on Discord.
Oh, I mean, the thing is that, your DMs are not open. I have to be friends with you, and then I have to
you
PM
don't.
you.
You can just PM me.
Let me try that.
Yeah, you could just PM me. You don't need to be friends with me. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for coming. What we learned today is that I have to double check the. I'll have to double check the good old hotbinds before I start the stream. Yep, you just PM me, no problem. Alright, take care, man.
All right,
Hope
man.
to see you
ya.
next week as a judge. And
All right.
take care, man.
Thank you. See ya.
Yep. Thank you all so much for coming. I apologize again for lack of uploads. I'm gonna try to fix that so that we'll have more uploads, more gameplay. I don't want to just be doing Roleplay Union, but I still want to be doing Roleplay Union. So again, thank you so much for coming. And as always, stay awesome.